Breast Cancer Awareness Month, we wanted to show you how you can stay in top health if you know someone is battling and working their way through treatment.
That's right. And after meeting and seeing so many survivors out there, we wanted to share these secrets so you can help somebody. So Laura Leach is with us today to join us to show us the best ways to tackle exercise after treatment, right?
Yes.
Or in the course of, I suppose.
Correct.
Okay.
Treatment's got to be just exhausting. So coming up with the energy to do this is tough.
Yes. So, I mean, you really have to be smart about it. It's always good to talk to your healthcare providers first, just to get an idea if there should be some things that you should consider.
Sure.
But really, the best thing, you know, when we say exercise, especially in treatment, it's all relative. So maybe it might just be doing exercises in a chair simply.
Okay.
Or maybe getting up, walking around your house 3 or 4 times a day.
You're not going to hit the road and start running.
Correct.
Right.
Don't expect to hit the pavement and run 3 miles.
Okay.
Yeah, that's probably not going to happen.
Well, let's start with some chair exercises.
Okay, sure,
All right?
definitely.
So you've brought, what are these?
These are called TheraBands.
Okay.
Okay.
It's just essentially a band of sort of rubberized stuff.
What makes TheraBands so nice is that literally you can like roll them up and put them in your purse. You can travel with them.
Right.
They're very convenient.
Okay.
So the first exercise that we are going to do is going to concentrate on the upper back muscle. So you're going to hold it out in front of you about shoulder width apart.
Right.
And then just slowly what you're going to do is go ahead and just bring that band apart as if you wanted to break it back and forth. You always want to make sure you do these exercises very slow, gently, make sure that you're breathing. A lot of times people want to hold their breath when they're doing these kinds of
Fortunately,
exercises.
it doesn't break, so that's good.
What are we working on here,
Yes.
Laura? What are we working on?
So when you are doing this exercise, you should feel it a little bit in your tricep muscles, so in the back of the arm, and you should also feel it in the middle of your back, so your rhomboid muscles.
Okay.
Those are the good in the upper back, especially when you think about posture. That's kind of something that we tend to be not so good about. So if you're going to do it, you need to make sure you have good posture while you're doing it.
Now, why is this important during treatment? Why this particular move?
Well, I just think in general, it's a simple exercise that you can do while you're sitting. And a lot of times too, when we are, you know, going through treatment and we're very fatigued and we're very tired, what do we tend to do a lot? We tend to slouch.
Some of us do that
tend
anyway.
to curl up. Yes. Yeah, so this is a really good exercise to kind of help combat against that.
If you have had a mastectomy, can you still do this for that?
Well, that's why it's always good to talk to your healthcare providers, because it kind of depends. You know, if you're 4 weeks after post-surgery, probably not. That would be something that you would need to talk about, you know, especially, you know, getting hooked up with an exercise physiologist or a physical therapist to figure out if you're at that point yet. But, you know, if you've had one and it's been, you know, 3, 4, 5, 6 months, yes, you know, as long as you're healed properly, it would definitely be a very good exercise.
If you're at home, can you use resistance bands, just regular resistance bands, and do this as well?
Yeah, so you can get these bands at Target, Walmart. You can pretty much buy them anywhere.
Okay.
Definitely. So let's go ahead and do another one.
Okay.
So let's do another one where you're going to wrap it around, and you're going to bring it up through kind of your armpit area there.
Okay, so up through your armpits.
Yeah.
Up this way.
And this is called a chest press. So you're going to grab it on the sides here, and then what you're going to do is slowly go ahead and press out and back, just making sure that you're not locking your elbows when you're coming out. And again, you guys actually have wonderful posture. You guys are being my little poster child here. You really want to make sure that you're sitting up nice and tall. Okay, while you were doing this, and nice slow control. This is going to help with some of the chest muscles up front. It's also going to work the back of the arms as well.
Is there a number of repetitions you should strive for?
Typically, we recommend about 10 to 15 repetitions.
Okay.
Typically, the other thing that's nice about the band is that if you want to add more resistance, all you have to do is grab the band differently.
Choke up on it a
so
little
you
bit.
just kind of choke up on it, and that will give you more resistance. So if you're finding that the band's a little bit too much for you, you can kind of back off a little bit so you get less resistance. You're going to have to go and finding another 3-pound weight, then a 5-pound weight, then a 10-pound weight, you know, so you can kind of gradually progress that way.
How do you know if you're overexerting, especially after you've had surgery?
That is a really, really good question. So, you know that whole policy, no pain, no gain, we don't follow that policy at all, okay? If something gives you pain or discomfort, you need to stop or you need to slow down, okay? It should feel like a challenge, like you're doing something, but it shouldn't be to the point where you're wincing or you're having any kind of pain or, you know, if you know your body well enough and you know this doesn't feel good, you're probably right.
This might be a nice gift for someone going through that right now.
Correct.
Encourage them a little bit.
Yes, because there's all different kinds of things that you can do with the band. Those are just 2 examples of the many things that you can do. And you know, there are simple exercises you can just do in a chair. I mean, if you're someone who can't get up and walk around, you know, you can even simply sit in a chair, stick your leg out, and do a simple straight leg raise, which seems really simple, but at the same time, you know, when you're going through treatment, you're so tired and you're so fatigued that it's really hard to do a whole lot. Sometimes just doing something simple like this could help prevent some of the muscle atrophy and things like that we often
just
have.
to keep a little bit of exercise going.
Correct.
Wonderful.
Great tips. Appreciate it very much.
Thank you.
Stick around. We have one last check of the forecast coming up next.